So I was reading this article and it said that since 1970, marriage rates have actually gone down 60%. So in today's video, we're going to talk about, is marriage still relevant in 2025? Let's get into it.
All right, welcome back to our channel. Thank you for checking out this video. And if you're new here, hey. All right, so yeah, let's get into it. We're going to talk about, is marriage relevant or still relevant in 2025?
Yeah, I mean, you gotta look at it like, there's so much that's going on in 2025, just in life in general, from everything. We're not even talking about marriage, just the world right now. But in regards to like relationships specifically, I mean, it's something that, it may not be for everybody.
Yeah, and things are different than it was in 1970. I mean, I wouldn't know. I wasn't but even like when we got married in 2012, like I you might think that we got married at a young age as well. What,
20,
25?
Somewhere in there.
20, yeah,
somewhere in there.
Yeah.
It was in the mid-20s.
Yeah,
Mid-20s.
Yeah, and people aren't getting married that young anymore.
Well, why is that? Why do you think that is?
One, inflation. Things cost a lot more. I mean, and probably social media. I feel like people want these extravagant weddings, and the focus isn't on the marriage per se. It's more the visual of marriage, I guess.
Well, I mean, let's play devil's advocate on that. So what if somebody just says, you know what, I want to go above and beyond to show my love for this individual on our special day?
But are you I mean, if you're financially in a position to do that, but I feel like
a lot of people aren't. Yeah, and if they were, probably aren't going to be once these tariffs start hitting. This is 2025. It's like tariff crazy right now. But anyways, I think it does depend on where you're at in life. Yeah. Your age, that also plays a role, because I think you were saying something about people getting married a little older now.
Yeah. So I was reading that men are, like, this is first marriage, are getting married for the first time around the age of 30, and women 28. Yeah, like, I also feel like people are wanting to have things in order first before getting married, which is a good thing. That's a good thing. So, you want to make sure that you're financially stable, and, that as you guys continue to grow, it will be maybe less of a struggle.
Yeah, I hear you. I also think that being able to go through that struggle with somebody also makes the relationship stronger.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if you wait until you got everything lined up, first of all, there's no guarantee that everything's gonna ever get lined up, especially on the time frame that you expect it to get lined up, right?
Yeah.
But let's say it does, like, you may not have those same type of life experiences with that someone who's like, hey, we gotta drive Uber so we can make ends meet this month. I'm speaking from experience, you know what I mean? It's been times where it's been lean,
Yeah.
And it wasn't a situation of like, us beating up on each other. It was like, this is when we really need to encourage each other.
And like really be a team.
Yeah.
Also, I guess are people really getting married? Are people getting married for love, or is it more of a financial gain? Or maybe a little bit of both.
Maybe a little bit of both, huh?
Yeah, because I don't feel like people are willing to really like fight in the marriage, like fight for the marriage, or really, I feel like when things get hard, it's like, I'm over it, instead of like working through things.
Why is that? Why do you feel that way?
I don't know. I think people think the grass is greener on the other side. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's that plays a role. It's also very easy. I mean, it's kind of like a common thing in today's time for like, hey, this didn't work, I'm about to go and try something else. You know, getting divorces, you see that all the time on TV and shows and
yeah, and speaking of divorce, maybe that's another reason why there aren't as many you know,
ooh,
a lot of people getting married right now. That you'd much rather just be in a committed relationship without the, I guess, the
financial
or the legal factors.
The legal
I don't know,
side of it.
You're not having to
to
do all the paperwork.
Ready to sign them papers. But also you got to think though, and that's a whole nother topic on itself. Like, should people be getting married? Because there's certain people, like, say for athletes and entertainers and stuff like that, that, you know, they work their whole life to get to a certain level of success, get things in order, like we kind of spoke about. And now they meet somebody who may not be at that same level. Dealing with that, how do I know if this person's there for me for love or they just want to get in my pockets, you know?
Well, I guess that's why the prenups, the prenuptial agreements, you know, if you're willing to sign it, then maybe you really do love me for me.
Wow, that's another topic we're gonna touch on. So, should you sign a prenup or not? But it's more of like, I guess it really depends. So people, as far as like, is it still relevant? I feel like it can be. I mean,
and also I feel like there's still a lot of people that are getting married.
It's just different now because you didn't have social media. And I don't want to just blame everything on social media. Because social media is a tool. You can use it for good or you can use it for bad. So it just depends on how you use it.
It's like the comparing. I feel like some people, I feel like sometimes a relationship gets under a lot of pressure when you're seeing this friend and that friend getting married or engaged. And then you're like comparing their
situation.
Yeah, their situation with your relationship. And you honestly don't know what's going on in that relationship.
Yeah.
It could have been he finally proposed to her because she kept nagging. You don't know.
Yeah.
Or also it's kind of unfair to make somebody want to get married. You would want somebody to be ready to be married. So,
and I feel that women get that urge of wanting to get married sooner than men.
Yeah, I wonder why. Is it like the fear of missing out?
I don't know. I'm not a woman. I don't know why.
No. Like why do you feel men don't have as much urgency to want to?
Well, I mean, I wanted to be married too. It was like, you know, even at a younger age, it was something that I wanted to do, and always saw myself being married and having kids and all of that stuff. It's I guess it's more of a timing thing. Like, I feel like you don't want to feel like you're missing out on things, but at the same time, like, once you realize there's not a lot that you're missing out on, or what you're missing out on is a lot of headaches in certain situations, because you kind of, and a lot of us married guys, we kind of live vicariously through some of our single friends, and we realize we really aren't missing out on that much. You know, especially as you get older. once you start pushing 30s and 40s, it's different than your 20s. Getting married in your 20s, that's kind of, I think that's kind of being in a different situation, because a lot of people don't get married in their mid 20s.
Yeah, not anymore.
Not anymore.
Not as much anymore. Yeah. Yeah.
But it's, everybody's situation is different though, when you really think about it. And you gotta do what's best for you.
Yes, you do. And I guess I've been hearing on social media. I don't know how to social media. The dating pool isn't that great, and I guess so. What are the expectations? Like, what are people wanting out of a husband, or out of,
do women even want a husband?
I guess that,
because I'm not trying to sound like no old head right now. I promise you I'm not. But some of the songs I hear on the radio make it sound like they don't want to be in a marriage. They sound like they want to be out there, right? I mean, I don't know, and it's a tough situation because we got kids coming up too. We got boys we're gonna be raising, so it's like,
and it's like, it doesn't feel like people are interested in being in a relationship and growing with the person.
Yeah,
they kind of want
the finished product.
Yeah,
and it doesn't work that way.
Yeah,
and if it does, it might come with some baggage.
Yeah, like,
and do you want to deal with the baggage?
I guess that's the dilemma.
So just gotta, like I said, it's no right or wrong question. It's all based on somebody's perspective. Some people can coexist with a significant other
without being married
and be happy.
We have friends.
But you start name dropping.
I'm not name dropping. I'm just saying that we know people who have been in a relationship for a long time, and
so it
works for them.
So. Yeah. So you gotta definitely see what works for you and your partner, and if marriage is that next step, some of the things you can do is potentially look into doing like some marriage counseling on the front end. Like, don't wait until it gets bad and ugly and we're fighting to go talk to a marriage counselor. Do it on the front end so you can have those different expectations on what it's going to take to better communicate with your partner. What's it going to take to strengthen the relationship?
That would have helped us out in the early stages of marriage.
we trying to get the game, because we had to figure it out.
Yeah, we had to figure it out. Yeah, marriage counseling, premarital counseling would have definitely benefited the early stages of our marriage.
Yeah.
We made it. We were committed. We were like, we are going to make sure that we fight for this marriage. We work at it.
Yeah.
And so we wanted to be married. Like, we
wanted to be married to each other.
Yeah.
Yes. So we worked at it. Kept God first.
Yes, we did.
Definitely, that plays a big role. We say we, but it's three of us, because we got to pray together. We like to read the Bible together. It's a lot of different things that we have to do to maintain the marriage. And I think that's another reason why it may not be as relevant, because people have so many different things going on that they don't make time to maintain the marriage, or don't think they have time to maintain a marriage, because there's so much that goes into it. It's not just we're married, so we're good. It's like, no, that's the highlight. You got so many other parts of that marriage to get you to, forever.
Yeah.
So it's a process.
Well, I guess to answer the question, I feel like marriage is still relevant. I don't feel like it's of high importance in a lot of people's lives or relationships.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still something that people want. It's just like, it's not something they feel like they need. That's my I think my answer. It's still relevant.
I think it's relevant. I honestly, I would like to see more people married who want to be married, who want to be married. Only, especially if they're in a situation of raising a family. I think if you can have both parents together who love and respect each other, like that could be a very good model for the kids to see as they grow up, so that, you know, they have an idea of what it could look like as they grow up and get into different relationships. Now, that doesn't mean if you didn't come from a married home that you can't have a good relationship, because you can. And it doesn't mean that if you came from a married home that it's going to be a great relationship, because it also cannot be. You know, it's all based on what you put into it. Because it's I don't want to say it's a job, but it's a duty. It's a commitment. It's a commitment that has to be a two-way street.
How do you? So I think somebody in our one of our couples group said it. Like, you have to treat your marriage like a child that you're growing and raising, and, you know, make it become an adult.
Yeah.
So you know, you have to put in effort, work, time, patience, and, you know, like you would a child.
Yeah. And that's a good analogy, because you have your infancy stage of marriage, where everything is lovey-dovey. Like, she can't do no wrong, he can't do no wrong, and
then the toddler stage where y'all just
over little stuff.
Where you're like,
where's the cap for the toothpaste?
Yeah, like you're communicating, but not communicating effectively.
Yeah, it's like little stuff. It don't even be big stuff. It's little stuff that really, you know, get it set off, which is so crazy. But
because you know how to get under each other's skin at that point.
Yes, you do, especially when you start living with somebody for a while, which is another topic. We're gonna have all these topics. But yeah, it's, at the end of the day, it's been worth it for us.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
marriage works for us.
And we're still working at it. We are nowhere near perfection. I don't think we'll ever reach perfection. It's more of it's a journey. And one of the most important things we can do is enjoy the journey of the marriage. It's not a destination. It's not a one day our marriage is going to be this. It's each day I get to wake up next to you and that beautiful smile.
Oh, goodness.
And be able to work towards doing something today that makes our marriage better today than it was yesterday.
Yep.
And that doesn't mean we're not going to get into it over some little stuff, because we might. The biggest thing is that, you know, somebody likes to buy little snacks, and somebody likes to snack off of somebody's snacks.
Yeah, like.
I'm not saying no names. We're not saying no names. I'm just saying.
I'm saying names. I can't have nothing up here.
I asked for 1 Twix. It led to 2.
Eat the whole thing.
But that's, you know, and then you hit me with your one-liner. This ain't no new relationship.
It's not no new relationship. Especially, look, I'm gonna digress. We go to the store together, and then I get something that I want, a nice sweet treat, and then we get home. Oh, I thought we were sharing.
It was a king size. I didn't know you needed. I didn't know you needed all 4 sticks.
I eat my candy. I keep some just in case I want something sweet. I have it. No. See? That's just, you know, little things. See, that would used to cause a huge argument.
That makes no sense.
Now I know how he is.
So you understand, you expect it.
I expect it, or if I'm going by myself and I give me something, I'll just get him something.
Problem solved. It's all good. Look, I'll work on that too. No. Check me out though, real quick. I'm sorry. So she put a Twix in the little refrigerator next to our bed where the baby bottles go. And I just reminded her politely that there was a Twix in there that was getting cold.
I didn't know.
And I just wanted to make sure she didn't forget, because sometimes, you know, things get real cold. They get like freezer burn and stuff like that. So I didn't want us to lose the Twix. So I told her that if she needs me to step in and do something for our family regarding this Twix, I was available.
That Twix had been in there for like 2 weeks. I knew it was in there. I just didn't want it right now.
Yeah, I knew it was in there too.
Nothing sweet.
I knew it was in there too. And I didn't touch it.
You didn't know it was in there until like recently.
And once I found out, I made you aware of it. and the problem, and we solved it together. And it was beautiful.
Because
and tasty.
Because if I keep it in my drawer, I don't know how you always find something in my drawer, but if I keep it in there, he'll always find it. So I put it in the mini fridge because lately I've been making the bottles and put them in there at night.
That's what it is. Like we switch. I used to do the bottles at night.
Yeah.
Now she does the bottles. So I have no need to go into the mini fridge. So yeah, that one time I looked, it was just a golden package just smiling at me. So sorry. My bad.
We got into a whole nother conversation.
Anyways, marriage. Relevant.
What are your guys' thoughts?
What are your thoughts on that?
Do you think marriage is still relevant in 2025?
Yeah. Or do you feel like, it's old school?
Yeah.
Is it too
do
traditional?
Do you feel like it's necessary? Yeah. Do you feel like it's necessary to be married?
Yeah, just leave us a comment down below. We want to hear what y'all think.
Yeah. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe.
You always be pausing. You be trying to build the anticipation.
And turn on the notification bell.
Hey, we appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for watching. We're going to catch y'all on the next one.